history books. Let's send it over, though, to match 4 because we're getting ready to jump into 3 games of Storm Point. So Fallout, Vicky Kitty, take us into it.
Thank you so much, Rain Day. You laid it out perfectly. Those are the stories to keep an eye out for in this final 3 games of the series overall. Gaming Gladiators, the biggest one. They're going to be dropping Lava Siphon, which is one of the best drop spots here in World's Edge. Vicky, you think they can do it? You think they can bounce back here in World's Edge?
I do believe they can. I mean, they did have a really great day number 4, but let's not forget that day number 4 is where Gaming Gladiators basically got almost 70% of their points in the overall standing. So what is going on where they could try to replicate that success from day number 4 going into day number 5? Because right now they are not looking so high. It looks like the consistency still stays over to the side of Ascent after their performance that we saw in the same group lobby in day number 2.
That's right. Well, this will help them. A Southern Zone to kick things off here on World's Edge, right where they're positioned. They're going to get some good loot. They're going to split that up a little bit with Nightmare. So will they decide to fight that or coexist is the question. Aurora nearby. So I'm interested to see how they play this. I mean, Aurora, Gaimin, these are teams that like to play Edge. They're instead going to be forced to play in Zone because they drop right where the zone is overall. 3 Muppets also dropping over towards Dome, a spot where you usually see actually uncontested. Not many teams drop because the loot isn't too great. But for now, not a bad start. Not some bad loot for Kumbra, Plone, and Strongest as they'll get themselves 2 blue shields to kick things off.
Looking like we got a Southern Circle. A lot different from the last time you and I were able to look at what was going on with the Circle when we had Tiff on here on the broadcast where we had, 3 circles hanging out by Climatizer? That was actually insane. So a nice little different pace here already with the Southern Circle as we look at 3 Muppets loot up appropriately over here by Dome. They're also going to have a beacon to work with, so they're going to already know where that next circle is going to be pulling. Excited to see the squads that are going to be hanging out by the choke point, leaving from the northern side of the map, exiting into Lava Siphon. That's going to be important because I do believe we did see a beacon over there in Lava Siphon, so that could be easily contested by the squads that are exiting out of the northeast side of the map.
Made 3 blue evos here for 3 Muppets, and no early contests here on World's Edge. As you mentioned, Lava City is where Foot Esports likes to drop, so expect them and the 3 Muppets maybe to get in a little early game fight on their rotation, but every team is going to be making their way to the southern part of the map right now. If we could actually show the overhead map, I'm not sure if our observers or production team can throw that up. It'd be interesting to see all teams are immediately sprinting, beelining very, very south. They're expecting the zone to continue to pull south as every team is making their way over, Scars included. Big shout out to production there. Thank you for showing that. Look how many colorful teams you see at the very, very south side of the zone already, Vicky.
Yeah, it's huge. And you know what's really interesting here? Look at Scars and their composition. They're taking a page out of the Aurora book. They're rocking the Caustic and they are rocking the Loba. So their goal right now is to get to that final circle positioning, set down that black market, and that's where they're going to be able to get most of their loot because they're going to deny themselves the opportunity to get the loot otherwise in some of these fights because they want to just prioritize that position like a lot of these other teams that have already made their way over to the southern side of the circle.
Yeah, Scars with a very, very fast rotate. Used to drop Overlook back in the OG days of the squad. No, now they drop over in Big Mod / Geyser, I believe. So a fast rotation for them in the southern zone. They get there quickly, and every other team will be kind of posting up. Again, with these southern zones in particular, there's a lot of land, a lot of building space available for them. So you expect a really, really slow start, especially down here in Tree. You'll see teams like Gaming Gladiators are already making their rotate, already able to post up with Watson fences and making those Watson fences. It's actually a perfectly placed Watson. As I say that, a Crypto Drone, I think it completely deleted that Watson fence. But nonetheless, well-placed Watson fences overall. Gaimin should be fine and survives this Crypto Drone, no problem.
And they're calling it right here, too, where the circle is going to be pulling closer to the tree spot. So squads that are going to be exiting out of the thermal station choke point by that beacon are going to have that information now. I'm wondering if squads are going to just hang out and stay by the edge of that circle, as we could see where that circle is going to be pulling. Wonder if we could get the little mini-map here. You see KCP hanging out inside of this building, taking their time as well. You can see them with the Crypto Drones, as well as the Seer attack just being released for them to get some of that extra information. But with Nasky being on the Crypto, they're also getting information to see which of the squads don't have a building to really rely on, since we have so many Watsons that want to be able to take some of that space.
Yeah, you like to see it. Nasky and KCP change their team comp here on World's Edge. They run Crypto instead, whereas you saw them play very aggressive, a lot of fights on Storm Point. They go Crypto on World's Edge, instead playing for placement early rotation. I like to see a team change up their team comp and their play style based on the map itself. As we switch on over to Ember. Ember, a team that we highlighted to kick things off as a team to watch. Well, 16th place with 4 points. They are a bubble team, currently in, I think, like 12th or 13th place overall, and they got to be top 20 after day 9 here in the ALGS Pro League, and not the best start for them. They need a big World's Edge.
We're playing as patiently as they can, though. Their goal is to get those placement points, not play as aggressively as we've been seeing some of the other squads play out on Stormpoint. And we're playing off the low ground, though. You can see them putting down some pings. They're looking to just stay put, and while overlooking some of the teams still making the rotation, there's that squad that is exiting out of Lava Siphon. A fight, though, happening over on the other side. You can see G-Dolphin, Imp. They're going to be able to try to rotate out of here. This is a late fight happening pretty far away from where the circle is going to be pulling over in Lava Fisher. I believe it's Phoenix Legacy versus Game Ward.
Yeah, Phoenix Legacy. Look at this team comp still rocking the Bloodhound and Rampart, the G-Dolphin special.
Oh, no.
And here comes the Rampart Sheila, gonna melt the horizon in the sky. Look how fast he eliminated that black hole. And G-Dolphin is absolutely frying right now. If you are Game Ward, this is not the team you want to push. Little did they know there'd be a Sheila on the other side, melting you to nothing.
I want to know what those comms sound like so bad, because you know G-Dolphin says, you thought you could try me out here. You had open ground and you decided to try it. Now Phoenix Legacy want to capitalize. They're going to be able to try to fully set it in after getting that first knock.
That's right. Big shout out to this squad. Sabs, the only woman competing in ALGS. I believe every single region, or at least especially in EMEA, holding it down for representing every single lady of Apex. Shout out to every single one of y'all out there. Hopefully we have tons and tons of women on the main stage at ALGS Champs. But shout out to Sabs for leading the way, playing alongside G-Dolphin, who recently joined this team, and Imp, her longtime teammate, as they find themselves 2 KP. Get some crafting in as well, and we'll use this opportunity to rotate a little bit late, playing Edge again with Bloodhound and with Rampart. This is more of an Edge fighting team.
I believe that's the IGL tier 2. Sabs obviously here trying to keep Phoenix Legacy in contention. Game Ward still alive, let's not forget that, and they're still playing off on the outskirts of this circle, so it looks like Phoenix Legacy want to clean up and get as many points as possible, because they desperately need it. They've been trying to play for placements in Stormpoint. They see that Game Ward trying to wrap around. They're just going to keep camping that beacon. They're not going to let Game Ward get that last banner left. If they're willing to just wait out the rest of the timer, they will. But they don't have a Valkyrie to Skyward dive, so Phoenix Legacy, yeah, they're going to take their time here, but it's going to break through a lot of their meds.
That's right. Imp, fun fact, short for of importance is the full gamer tag of Imp.
Huh.
Thought it was Imp. Thought you could, belittle him and by calling him Imp. You're just a little imp. No, he's of importance instead. Psychop. Gonna get the beacon, and they were camping that beacon. He's able to get it with ease. That's the Bangalore speed boost that certainly helps them. And just like that, Psychop will get his team, and they'll be back to full.
All that patience, and they still got the banner. It is what it is. The Phoenix Legacy are going to utilize the Replicator to get even more med kits, because they have quite a little bit of ways to go, and they don't want to get circle kept by any of the other squads that want to prioritize their positioning inside of that next circle. See G-Dolphin already taking the helm, just going to be able to heal up while he's already going to try to make that rotate into that next circle. But with Phoenix Legacy now, with the rotate, I want to take a look at some of the other squads that are hanging out by the edge of that circle, because there's some fighting happening over here by Harvester.
Yeah, that's right. Taking a look here, back towards Harvester and where the zone's pulling on the minimap. Yeah, these teams predicted it perfectly. It's a very, very far south pull for this late game circle. Fire Beaver is going to get the first knock here. And Amphi neutralizes with 1, and the G7 Scout in full effect. V2 in 11th place overall here, find themselves in a 2v2 against one of the better fighting or best fighting teams in Fire Beavers.
Can they get the res? That's the question here, as Amphi's going to be playing off behind the gold knockdown shield, is going to try to utilize that and try to get the res. Here comes a grenade, though, as Fire Beavers are going to try to fully set it in on that one last person. Amphi still gets the knock, though. The knock grenade now going in from Fire Beavers. It's still a trade. Amphi is going crazy here for V2. He needs to hold it down. And Joke is going to be able to clean up the rest of the squad. Fire Beavers get eliminated, but Amphi played that so well.
This is a humble moment, a vulnerable moment. I said GG, I actually meant for V2. I thought there's no way that V2 wins that fight. You have a Caustic, and you have a 3v2, but instead Amphi goes huge and now knocks 2 of them, ends up getting the third. What a play by Amphi, the young rookie here in V2. And I think that Caustic ultimate, the Noxious Gas, was just thrown too far. It ended up doing no damage, and that's a big misplay right there for Fire Beavers, in my opinion.
And what was extra crazy there too is that Joke had rotated out real quick just to restabilize while Amphi was holding it down, trying to not only juggle, trying to get a res, but also playing behind the knockdown shield and that middle little crate that allows you to kind of get some extra cover. So real quick fight right there, real quick altercation for Amphi to just come out on top, as V2 are going to help restabilize. They're going to take some shots. They're still outside of the circle, so wondering what their next move is to get into that next circle.
Yeah, Joke. We've been highlighting Psychop and former Les Cite France in Psychop. Joke says, hey, don't forget I was on that roster too. What a showing from the veteran. He picks up 2 rookies of his own. And again, we keep hyping up Game Ward as the French team to watch. But V2 says, hold this Fallout. Joke alongside Zidane, like Zidane, the soccer or football player for the French national team. Ignore the L to kick that off. His gamer tag is Zidane. And Amphi, the Brit, performs so incredibly well right now in 10th place overall. I've been really impressed by this squad.
It's nice to see them also holding on this spot as V2 are going to try to force their way in. They get the crack. Are they going to try to take an advantage with it? They're getting pinged by another squad off to their left. Another crack here too. You see the grenades getting tossed out the black hole now. V2 need to finish this fight quick because they know that third party's inevitable. The Cyril coming out, and now they're going to be able to try to fully push in and closing that gap.
Yeah, V2 is frying. They're not done yet. They're taking out the Turkish stars. So France over Turkey in this fight, in this skirmish right now. And again, Amphi from the UK playing out of his mind. 500 damage for Amphi. They get another knock. Let's go ahead and jump right into Illicit in here with a red-hot V2 squad.
Watch out.
I'm on bot.
Okay.
Watch out.
This one.
7. Where you are?
I dropped my drone.
Okay.
Give me this one.
Take it.
Need energy ammo.
Okay.
Right there. My ping.
We're good actually. Watch out from behind. I'm looting a little bit.
I'm popping next 7. Did you use your ult, Jock?
Yeah.
Do you want...
No.
What's last one? Oh, I see.
I got one, Zidane.
Okay. Good. I'm looping bot. One bot on
Shield
this.
cell, shield battery here.
You need bat, Amphi?
4.
I need Android to go ahead.
Okay. Give me your shield.
Should take my...
Knockdown shield here. Level 4.
Listen in here, giving some intel. The KCP are currently in a rough spot. Strafey knocked. He gets res. No gold knockdown shield means he has to loop back to full, and it looks like they'll be able to hit reset for now. The Kansas City Pioneers with a 3-kill elimination over Ember survive for now. Only 1 kill to their name, though, so that means another team is nearby.
Yeah, sitting overall in second place right now in a pretty difficult situation, playing off the low ground. You know what? Game and Gladiators are in a building right close to them. BZN overlooking the action from the high ground as they try to take some shots, but they gotta get moving soon. 44 seconds. They gotta drop off from that high ground because they're not in that next circle, because they can actually wrap around, if anything, to avoid themselves from getting sandwiched. Wondering which of the other squads are hanging out by the southern side of the circle, south of Tree, because a lot of these teams could take up those buildings.
Let's transfer to that
That's right.
spot.
Back into the drone. Nasky goes, getting all the intel in the world. This is where Crypto has been so incredibly strong, is the intel he's able to receive. Really the most underrated legend, in my opinion, in competitive Apex. Good to see Crypto increasing in popularity this week with teams like Foot using Crypto. We obviously know Game of Drones has done it for a while. KCP used to rock Crypto, stopped rocking Crypto for a while, back on Crypto here on World's Edge and showcasing his importance with the intel and information you can receive. Meanwhile, G-Dolphin and Phoenix Legacy are still harassing Game Ward on Edge.
Phoenix Legacy do not want to give this up on Game Ward, because this is just free KP going into their hands right here, just served on a silver platter. And yeah, I love how you made note of the Crypto, because we've been also seeing a lot more Caustics in this lobby. Aside from just the Watson and the Caustics, that EMP deletes those barrels, it deletes those fences, so that's why Crypto is such a great legend to play right now, as Pioneers are still looking to claim even more head scars in a lot of trouble.
Yep, Nasky's still in drone, getting all the information, getting the marks for them, which is allowing his fraggers, Serdell and Strafey, to do their thing. Great intel. They're in zone. They have no reason to push right now. They're just trying to get some long-range KP, maybe level up their Evo shields to purple if they can. And guess what? It's Gaming Gladiators right nearby. Still just 1 point to their name, because that point total, just so you all know, the point total at the bottom left of your screen updates in real time. Shout out to Respawn and EA, obviously, for some really, really good intel, the APIs in-game. Strafey with a knock here on Nightmare, and Nightmare's going to be eliminated. KCP gets at least one of the kill points. Foot gets the rest. But back to the point I was saying, that kill point count, or the total score updates in real time based on placement. We just got to top 16, which means teams will get 1 point per placement, and that's why you only saw Gaming with 1. They're going to have 2 now.
Really good point right there, too. Yeah, now with them getting the picks here, too, you see Pioneers. Oh, Max Strafey has been on fire today. We just have to highlight that, because Max Strafey, I believe, has, 11 kills to his name as we move on to game number 4 on World's Edge. So it's so beautiful to see that he is still continuing on this domination with the Wingman, with the one-time sight. One of my favorite sights to have on a gun like the Wingman is obviously as well. You can see other squads taking up this building, sharing some of this space here. 3 Muppets on the high ground right next to starting to fight.
Yeah, take a look at the zone at the top left of your screen. About 25% or 33% of this zone is going to be in mountain. So not a lot of playable space. And guess who has the greatest position? It's 3 Muppets. Kudos to them. Again, we've been highlighting them for a while. I'm a big fan just based on their team name alone. The 3 Muppets. I think it's fantastic. The team here, all from Scandinavia. Plom, Strongest, and Kumbra currently have Godspot in this game.
They're really great in taking control over these spots, but it's about holding it down. That's the key here, because a lot of these teams basically bully 3 Muppets off of this spot alone. Believe in the group standings, you can see right there, they're sitting overall in 13th. They've got 10 points to their name. They got the Watson all out, and they're picking some of the squads that are trying to exit out of that choke point that you see right there, exiting out of Thermal Station, where you see that beacon between that choke point of Tree and Thermal Station.
Yep. This Norwegian squad, which, by the way, fun fact, Norway, the 3rd most represented country in EMEA. Not many people would have expected that. So Norway on top, kind of top 3 at the Ascent. Holding down for Portugal. Post kill, flanking wide right here. Going to turn, immediately tracks 1, almost gets the knock. Not enough damage, but don't worry. Kashera's going to clean up. Phoenix Legacy is out to the hands of Ascend, and they continue their domination here on World's Edge for now, at least, because they're still under duress here. Our team's going to third party.
Saw a post kill just dancing around those bullets like he was taken from a scene in the Matrix. KCP, though, with a risky skyward dive, are going to be landing right inside of a Seer ult, but out of the line of sight of 2 other squads. They're getting pinged left to right, but they got to put down that Watson ult to negate the damage from these grenades.
That's right. KCP somehow have found themselves with a Valk rotation into a great position, but guess what? The zone's going to pull north, so I take it back. It's not a great position right now for KCP and the 3 Muppets. The zone pulls differently than they expected. Here comes KCP having to go huge. I'd love to jump in to Elicit with KCP if available, because they are frying. Right now, they push through, see the great knockdown shield. Let's jump into Elicit with KCP.
We're up.
Just stay alive, stay alive. You cannot rest me. You cannot rest me. No, he's pressing here. Yeah. You can press me right now, maybe right now. On.
Do it. I'm holding.
Just climb up. I don't know where the armor swaps are, but just climb up.
I don't know either.
I'm good. I'm batting.
I'm nading one.
I'm healing full.
There's a gen bottom floor.
Whoa! Outside!
Oh, look, please. Oh, you're one.
It's at least 2. They was outside. They're fighting each other.
Nice.
I'm resting right now. I have.
Okay, dude. Above.
Shooting me. Oh no, they was
2 different teams. They're fucking.
And that's going to... Totem, the team that took them out. Their teammate with the gold knockdown shield is the one knock. That is not the one you want out.
Oh, but there's so many squads here. We had 13 squads just 20 seconds ago. Now look at this. 8 squads left. VZN cleaning up Reply Totem after they just took out KCP. And VZN get to be the last one standing inside of this bottom floor of the building. But there were shots taken everywhere. They're poking outside. They're trying to get some extra loot. But they're in the line of sight of the other squads that are hanging out inside of the building off to their left.
The Gaming Gladiators got taken out as well. And speaking of Gladiators, that was like a fight within the Coliseum right there between 4 or 5 teams. In the end, it's VZN who ends up on top. They win this fight, but their next challenge awaits them. It's Foot right in front. Here comes the push from Nag. They are flying and frying. They take out 1. See you later, Taylor. See you later, Kuya. Foot Esports is out.
Foot get deleted. VZN clearing up their own space. You have to look up what's above them, though. That's going to be another team trying to get into that next circle. Here comes a Horizon alley-oop. They try to take some shots with a hip fire on that bolt. VJ now is going to be able to drop right back down. Forge get eliminated as well in the kill feed. VZN are in the line of sight of the spots that have the high ground, though.
It's like a bouncy dome right now, one after another, just jumping their way up, and it's not going to be enough. Zane gets knocked, and Ascend on high ground is absolutely raining on their fun parade in the bouncy kingdom. Here comes Kashera. Here comes Ascend, looking to get their 3rd straight win.
Get me off this bouncy ride, though. Ascend have the god spot right now. You can see the crypto drone getting sent out. You see the revive coming in. The gold knockdown shield's going to allow them to get the res with some extra health. You see the Seer tack also coming out. Not going to cut them off in terms of getting that res. Perfect timing here for VZN, and more shots getting taken to their south. 4 squads left remaining with Ascend having the god spot.
That's right. Courtesy of the gold knockdown shield, VZN gets back to full. Huge plays from them. They survive. So Ascend is alive alongside Aurora and SAF and VZN, who find themselves in a skirmish. Look at Ascend from long range, just poking and prodding, doing so much damage. And just like that, it looks like start a fight and VZN will eliminate each other, as Aurora is going to try and capitalize with kill points, but Ascend still has high ground.
But can they get onto the high ground? That's the question for Aurora right now, because now Ascend's going to be able to get that free res currently. They're going to be able to get that reset, but they don't have the gold knockdown shield, so no extra health for Ascend to work with. The circle closing to their back wall. Ascend is going to be forced to drop down eventually, but they have all the time in the world to take their time and start a fight, get eliminated in 4th.
That's right, and Aurora is right below Ascend right now. The beautiful overhead camera view. Aurora below Ascend. Ascend has high ground. They're gonna have to drop those. Zane has 1 HP and 125 Evo shield to his name. He could potentially get second if he just rats. Here comes the Crypto ultimate. It's gonna come through. The damage is done. Ascend drops on top of Aurora, and just like that, it looks like Ascend will win this fight. High ground reigns supreme, and just Zane is gonna get a second place finish, I believe. Yes, he does. Zane rats to second.
Aurora get eliminated, and Zane, yes, as the rat gets to still live. He's playing right behind this rock, but he's got all the loot to work with from VZN. That would be insane right now. He's got shield swap for days. Ascend, though, there's too many of them for them to actually claim it, and they take game number 4.
Ascend wins 3 games yet again. Once again, they're the only team to have done it in general, let alone 2 times now in Pro League. Ascend is cementing themselves as a top team